as we're underway here in Week 13. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
You must be getting tired of seeing me. Slam.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. On the toss, it's Gurley. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that, hitting the defense hard early? And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, there was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Lightning speed that time from the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Kaiser just getting the play off. Oh, Kaiser can't get away, and he'll go down. Grady Jarrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
After the sack on first down, Kaiser out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
56, Mike.
From the gun on third down, Ryan. And he locates Walker, complete. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
58, gun.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
51, down. Mike 22, Mike 22.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Mike 22 is coming, 22 is coming, Mike. Here we go. Ready to go.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. An 11-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Gurley on first down with no blocking help there as he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
Joker.
On second and 11 now. Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Hey, 59, Daddy. Ricky. Kill. Greystone, Travis. Kill. Wait. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to...
And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Rush in.
This one caught by Ridley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his 1st-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a 1st.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Go.
To throw is Ryan. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Running with Kamara.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now Kaiser. The open man is Smith. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. 1st target, 1st catch, and a 1st down. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offense coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
A nice run there by Gurley on first down as he'll get about 7 out of it. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time wedge. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Ready, blue 80, back 25. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Get out.
From the 39, Ryan. He gets it to Gurley, complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, Zoo. Get out. White. Ready, set.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Going deep, it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. Delaney Walker. As the first half is winding down, and the Falcons push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll throw here. Kaiser. It's brought in by Harris. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Kaiser to throw it. And this is Cook with a grab. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, New Orleans.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Kaiser. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
29, ready. 25.
30-yard line.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check 9, check 9.
Gurley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, Rick Lance. Hey, Steve 6.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ryan, complete to Jones. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 45 on second down, Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Incomplete. It's third down and 7 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Kaiser. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Keanu Neal with a safety blitz for the sack. Back now here on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that'll set them back 5. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up first and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On third down, Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
Here we go. I'm going to come back to you.
On first and 10, Kaiser. Airing it out deep for Smith. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets him back within a field goal. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
54. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Falcons on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, exit. Hey, John. Hey, take 10.
Operating from the gun. Ryan. And he's got a man. Calvin Ridley. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
21.
Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Now, the objective there, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Delaney Walker, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake, Kaiser. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. It's a big play there for the Saints. 56 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, Kaiser. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 12. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 24. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Kaiser now. He's going to let it fly. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw again on second down. Kaiser. Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Saints.
Son, Henry, I don't think you got it, son.
Kaiser. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brandon And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now it's Gurley. And some room to work. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.